Let's talk about it with Simon Harding, our sports editor. Simon, big night of football coming up, England versus Germany. Do you have a guess as to what may be happening?
It's very hard to tell. We're just an hour away from kick-off, Nadia. So it is going to be, it was the tie when the last 16 draw came out. It was the tie that everyone singled out, as you mentioned. The rivalry between these two countries, not only from a sporting perspective, but also politically, historically, is absolutely huge. The fact that it's being played at Wembley in England perhaps does give England a slight advantage over the Germans. The Germans who have had the better of the Three Lions over the years. We remember Frank Lampard's disallowed goal in the 2010 World Cup. We remember the Euros in 1996, also in England with Germany beating the Three Lions on penalty. So certainly a lot of history, and that history probably going siding with Germany. This time around, it's very difficult to ascertain how this game is going to go. England came out of the group stages with 2 wins and a draw, didn't concede a goal, only scored 2 though, so we are expecting an English team to score a lot more, to be a lot more dominant in attack. Harry Kane, the star striker in the Premier League, still hasn't scored, so that's going to be a question mark to see how he operates. Gareth Southgate is certain to start Harry Kane, of course. For the Germans, they lost to France, but then they produced a fantastic match against Portugal, beating them 4-2, and then struggled against Hungary, struggled really badly against Hungary, scored a very late goal, Leon Goretzka, to secure a draw against Hungary, which took them through to the last 16 match with England. So all very open, plenty of question marks, but 2 giants of football whom we expect to come good at this stage of the competition.
All right, it's going to be an exciting match tonight, Simon, that's for sure. Now, last night, France were beaten by Switzerland. How bad do you think the French hangover is today?
French hangover is terrible. No one would have expected Switzerland to beat France. As you mentioned in your introduction there, Switzerland reaching the knockout stages for the first time since 1950, winning their first knockout round match since 1938. So it is a monumental achievement by Switzerland, and it cannot be stressed enough that the Swiss absolutely deserved their victory the way they played. For France, of course, no matter what you say, no matter how badly they played, no matter how good the Swiss were, it is a huge disappointment. A country of France, who are the world champions, should not be beaten by Switzerland. That's certainly the feeling that we're getting here from the sporting class, shall we put it, here in France. We've already heard the French president of the Football Federation, Noël Le Graët, say that he's going to have a very frank exchange with Didier Deschamps, the French manager. So that's quite an ominous way of putting it, certainly with Didier Deschamps, won the World Cup both as a player and as a coach, and therefore has a lot of credit in the bank. But things didn't go well for France. The formation choice was terrible. The inability from the French players to close out the game with just 10 minutes left to play when they were leading 3-1 is beyond belief that they weren't able to do that. So there are going to be a lot of question marks. It is a defeat that's going to hurt a lot. But, the World Cup is 17 months away, so France will have ample opportunity to bounce back.
All right, Simon Harding, thank you very much indeed. And as you said, less than an hour to go now until that kickoff in that big England-Germany match.